Alright. Hello everybody, I am Craigelbagel. I absolutely adore this game, Spy vs Spy, for the PS2 and Xbox. Might as well get into it. Story mode. It's made for this game. It's like kind of more of an updated version compared to the NES version. I've been recommended I wear my cosplay hat, so I will see how this goes. This looks so silly. Anyway, yeah, we just get into it. Time starts when I select mansion, so that time will start in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright. First things first, I am jumping everywhere because you move faster in the air. By the way, I'm running on fumes at the moment, so I'll see. I'm a bit out of practice in terms of commentating this run, but she'll be right. One of very few runs that we require a coin route, which is just killing enemies at the beginning and then getting some coins throughout the level. It's nothing too serious. I'm going to be using some coyote time here. By extending our jumps, we can just skip like all the puzzles here, and we'll use this all the time throughout the run, like a big staple of the run. I'm using the slingshot here. You will see me use the slingshot most of the time, as it has unlimited ammo and it's relatively cheap. This level is full of RNG. We've got second try safe. There's 4 safes you can open, and the mousetrap spawns in one of the 4. So, and there's a second lot of safes that we have to go through later on the level as well. So it's like a double whammy of trying to go for a 1 in 16 shot, pretty much. We have some coins. I'm going to be doing some attempts at self-damage here with the slingshot. Normally you can't hit yourself with a slingshot, but if you fire the slingshot and then change your weapon, the game doesn't recognise that you fired the shot, so I'm going to use that to death abuse later on. It's a little bit faster than the old route, which was buying like a trap that would kill us, but because it takes obviously more money and it takes a little bit longer to kill you, so. Pretty much the only long downtime of the run. It's an unskippable cutscene, watching like our work that we've done to figure out this puzzle, but obviously the puzzle's the same every time, so it's not terribly difficult. These first 2 levels are the longest, and then the last 6 are the shortest. There's just no big skips. They coded these levels pretty well. And then, God, I wouldn't say worse, but they just missed some more things later on, so. I'm going to be jumping into most cutscenes in the game. If you jump into a cutscene, it places you slightly, you kind of continue momentum forward through the cutscene. Some cutscenes place you in a certain spot though afterwards, which actually has its own benefits that we use later on. If I remember, I will tell you how. What we're doing here is I'm pressing both the right and left trigger at the same time to animation cancel having to open the safe. I think it's frame perfect. I don't entirely know. It's kind of hard to. I don't have any way to properly say that, but it feels quite strict, so not terribly worried about my health here either. We can kind of just take a lot of damage. There's certain levels that, like the next one, which are a bit more scary, but I mean, considering we death abuse punch every single time in this level, it's really no worry at all. Every level has 4 kind of not traps, challenges you're doing. This is a challenge. You would have seen the armor, the knight's armor. earlier on was another challenge. There's 4 challenges. That's kind of they've got very good RNG, by the way. That's kind of the basis of modern mode, which is like the multiplayer. If you've ever played this game, you probably would have played a lot more, what's called modern. And that's what I played a lot as a kid with my friends. So yeah, boss fight is just spamming. The boss fights are pretty cool. They're like kind of the basis of the costume designs that are in the game. Cool. And that's the first level done. Cookie Carnival, my least favourite level, for the fact that there's just a lot of jumping. This is basically just a lot of walking. Not a lot happening. And also because of this memory game that comes up and doing, and it changes every time. Doing a memory game in the speedrun sucks. Oh, that's good. Ice cream pizza. Duck. That's not. Sorry, that was not it. I mean, those first 2, getting cups from the first 2 was very handy. I'll take the elevator up here, grab this wrench which we need, and then we're just gonna strafe walk off the edge, and it means we can keep our momentum. Usually you get, if you don't strafe walk off, you get stuck in you get put into a falling animation and then take, I think, slightly more fall damage as well, so. A pretty important part of the skill in this run is to know how to kind of spam the slingshot. You get a very good trigger finger in this game, because it actually makes quite a big difference with some of the boss fights and things. Yeah, so this level is just quite. I mean, it's called Cookie Carnival. It's just a bit kooky, you know. Bit strange, a bit spooky. That's what the health pack looks like. So this is like I said, this is kind of more of a health routed level. So like most of these levels don't require coins at all. You'll see me just killing the enemies just out of they don't get in my way later on, pretty much. Supposed to kind of go down each of the different paths for that. You can just kind of jump over the top of them though. I don't really know why they designed it like that. There's invisible walls in some places in this game, and then there's like none in others. Yeah, like I said, there's not very much to talk about so far. If there's anything you want to say, feel free to do that for the next probably like 30-40 seconds. So.
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, new host. Hello, Derek GNC here. And I want to jump in and start with reading a donation. It's by Zando Toaster, donated earlier, but I have to donate again for the one and only Craigelbagel, doing one of my favorite speedruns, Spy vs. Spy 2005. Go Craig, it always brings a smile to my face to see you do this for a marathon. And they have chosen the Punisher as their Frank Castle for the Punisher. So we are here for that.
I'm just gonna so what I just did there was Coyote time to skip him to turn the pizza guy on. So it's like pretty much the only skip in this level is that. Unless you count walking off the platform up there would be a skip. It does skip like a short animation, but so yeah, Xandotoaster is quite a big part of history in this game, because the skips that he found saved 10 minutes on the run in about 2 weeks, which was genuinely quite ridiculous. It made this game pretty much what it is today. There's a glitch later on that I will talk about that was found by another person in the community, Toxic Pinhead. I think if you've been around licensed games a while, I think you might have heard that name before. At least I have in other circuits as well. I'll mention that when I get to it actually. Coming to the end of this level now, we just grab the bazooka. This is another weapon we're going to be using. Because bazooka just does a lot of damage. And we're just going to be sitting here. Kind of moving left and right, because what it does... Oh, he's dead. I didn't even notice. Your targeting kind of aims in front of the enemy when they're aiming. What that means though is that you can kind of bait shots to get kind of fired all over the place. You'll see it more prevalently in the next level when I fight the boss. You'll see my shots kind of lead to where the hell this guy about to go. Let's kill in some robots with the red hats to get some gears on the top right, because we need to build a little plane buddy. It's going to solve a puzzle for us later. I think one of the only companions in the run that you get. No, I think it is, but
I want to ask.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just about to say that
you...
you do a skip here. This skip's having to turn on the cranes. Anyway, yes, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, how did you get involved in speedrunning Spy vs. Spy? Just out of curiosity.
2017, I played it on my PC again after not playing it for about 10 years because I played as a kid and then didn't touch it, and then nostalgia hit me. And saw that I looked it up on speedrun.com after doing Crash Bandicoot 3 for most of my speedrun career. And yeah, I saw that it had one run on there, and I thought I can beat this, and I love the game enough that I want to look into it. And then it's kind of, ever since then, it's just developed over and over. You know, the last how many years, runs changed a lot. It's I have so much nostalgia for it that it's kind of, it was a no-brainer really when I started playing it again, 2017. What I just did there is called a high jump. You'll see that used for some of the skips later on. It's if you start moving and then jump just after starting to move. It kind of, I believe, I don't exactly know how it works, but I think it works because it puts some of your forward momentum into your upwards momentum instead. So this gets you that little bit extra height, which is necessary to do a couple of the skips later on. Yeah, no, I love this game to bits. As you can see, I've got the hat for it because I wear a cosplay. It's kind of just how much I love this game. Kind of just shows it as my fixation for a while, and I love coming back to it. Problem is, every time we find a new like skip in the game or something, I end up beating my PB within 3 days, so I don't really get to enjoy the grind. Anyway, this is my it's probably my favourite level, but it's pretty much already over. Just buying some stuff for the boss fight. This boss fight has 3 waves, and you'll see me. This is going to be another weapon I use in the run, so semi often. Robots seem to die very quickly to fire, so I use the flamethrower for these robots, and they did. Oh. So now we come up to the first major skip of the run. This saves about 5 minutes. So this was skip. Oh, Zendo, he didn't find the skip itself, but I already had like the theory to complete it. I was just missing one step, and Zando pretty much filled that one step in. So essentially, he found the skip. Let's just say. This wall here is not solid. You can just go through it, and then we use the inside of this geometry to get some height to get up on top of these pipes, which saves about 5 minutes. You normally can't get up here for a while. There's a lot of invisible walls and death planes and things, and then there's an invisible wall there, but you can seem to jump around it. So now we have skipped straight to the boss. Like, if you play this casually, you'll know how much time that saves. Like, even when doing a speedrun of like at a level normally, the level takes about 7 minutes. So this boss fight is just going down, getting the bazooka, and then hoping your shots hit. So just using my slingshot on the way down to get just chip damage in the meantime. I'd say if you happen to have any more things to read, now would be an excellent time, because I could be standing here for the next 30 seconds or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Just want to say thanks again for supporting License-a-thon and the Transgender Law Center. Your donations are helping fight for the rights of all trans and LGBTQIA plus people. If you or anyone you know is in need of legal resources, please visit their website, www.transgenderlawcenter.org, transgenderlawcenter.org/resources for more information.
So that's the end of Oil Rig. Coming up to another skip, probably tends to be the most disliked skip of the run. Involves quite a few high jumps in a row, stuff where you can fall out of bounds, so it's quite dangerous. Just high jump onto the brick, jump onto the car, high jump onto the wall, jump out of bounds, use the brick's extended hitbox out of bounds, and we've skipped straight to the boss fight. The only level in the run to be under a minute. This boss fight is RNG, depending on which goop he stops at. Hopefully we don't get worst RNG. If he stops at this one here, it's worst RNG, so we're gonna... Hope he doesn't do that. Okay, cool. We got middle RNG, which is nice. This actually loses a genuinely large amount of time if you don't get perfect RNG. I've done this plenty of times. That's why I can make it look easy. It's not easy. This next level is once again another skip. We originally had a skip that allowed us to beat it in about just over 2 minutes, and now I found a new way to get out of bounds, so it's now down to just over a minute. Man, I love this game. Also, the music is absolutely fire. The music, sound effects, the animations, it's just all so goofy. It's just so Spy vs Spy, so Mad Magazine, really. I just think it does so well to be faithful to the original material. So what we're doing here is I'm just gonna open this door from the inside and then use it as a platform. Hopefully get that. I've messed that up completely. So this is the annoying skip, which doesn't seem to be consistent sometimes for no reason. Thank you for the compliments on the hat. I hope it's showing well. But yes, it is the hat that my spy guy is and wearing in the game. Don't worry about this lava. This lava does not have a hitbox. Nope. So what we're doing here is jumping out of bounds, coming back in bounds into the final room, hitting the last cutscene trigger, and that ends the level. Alright, first thing we're doing here, this is the glitch I was talking about from Toxic Pinhead. It gives us unlimited money, so we're going to... Very hard to explain. I'm just selling infinite amounts of nothing. Or a bat, but I don't have a bat. Got that first try though. That's a very tight window you have to do that. But that saves about at least 40 seconds because you need so many coins in this level. Very happy I got that. We've had a pretty cruisy run so far, I think. We've not really died unintentionally. Jump up the hill. But that's, yep. That's pretty much the gist of that level. So what we're supposed like the storyline in this game is that we're trying to stop the general, that's his name, from using a doomsday device to, I guess, destroy the world. In the first few levels we collect secret plans to get us a better idea of what he's building. Buy stuff. This in Area 51 we are here to get a UFO so we can get up into space where the doomsday devices. So that's next level and last level will be space station. Will he let me live? He'll let me live. So what we're doing here, how do I explain this? We're dying while hitting a cutscene that spawns us downstairs, but when we die the game thinks we're back at our base, so it loads back where my base is and unloads the downstairs area, but we're still in this, it spawns us in the downstairs area. So we just have, we have collision, but not with the thing we want to try to get past. There's a force field in front of the door that the hitbox unloads the hitbox of. Come back, no. Safe animation cancels again. Yeah, so it allows us to skip having to do a puzzle, but it also allows us to skip. Oh, this is what the animation is, by the way. It allows us to skip having to go down an extra tunnel, so it saves about like a minute by avoiding doing an extra tunnel. And by tunnel I mean like one of the paths that I go down. Okay. There's a pretty consistent setup here that I go through every time. This is also found by Toxic Pinhead, funnily enough. Much more consistent than my old strat. Very, very safe. By the way, I'm wearing armor at the moment, but it's a pickup. You've got some pickups that lie around the place, and that's like an armor pickup that gives me invincibility for about 30 seconds. Skeet shoot. This is actually quite stressful and a good run. This level used to be probably one of my least favourites, and now I just love the vibes of it because it's actually so less stressful. It used to be by far the hardest, and now it's still quite hard, but just way less stressful, which is nice. Just jumping over the aliens' heads. For some reason, if you get spotted by the aliens, so if you stand beside them, they'll spot you. If you just jump on their heads, they just ignore you. Quite funny. Kind of the last important, I don't know if I've used bombs so far, but the last important weapon of the run is the bombs, because bombs do a lot of damage to more humanoid creatures. So that's 2 bombs to him. I missed both. That's quite a hard one to hit. If he goes behind that wall, you can't really hit him with those bombs. Alright, final level. We're going to do another money glitch. I did that in practice. You sell items for half the price you buy them for, so if you mess up the buying, then yeah, you lose a lot of money. Alright. Still got it kind of technically first try, just bought this slingshot first attempt. We don't really count that though. PB actually does fail the money glitch. It's like the only mistake of the run. It lost me about 14 seconds, and the rest of it was insane. It's just, you love when you lose time at the end of the run. Something dumb. Well, it's not entirely dumb, but it is quite difficult. We've got the kind of the last big skip. We are going to, is like an oil rig, there is another wall that's not solid. I'm going to use that to skip to the end of the next challenge. And we walk forward to load a trigger, which allows me to spawn in the next lot of things we need to hit. I know where the hitboxes are, so practice. This makes things a lot easier with the routing, with the death abuse. You don't need the death abuse, it only saves about maybe 10. Well, not death abuse, money abuse, sorry. But, just, 10 seconds. And it just makes it so much more fun. Because you can buy a flamethrower, which you normally can't do, you don't normally have enough money for. Just wonders for your health. I mean, it gives me something to return to the game to if I ever want to, but my RNG in the first level mansion was very good, and it's kind of draining to grind for that like 1 in 16 or 3 in 16 if you're going for the next level of RNG. It's a quick whack-a-mole game here, don't worry about this. Once again, completely avoiding enemies pretty much. We do, again, if they're in my way, I kill them, but... So I don't know how destroying green blobs gives me power cells, which are in the top right, but they do. And I'll put these in to remove the force fields. Oh, here's white. You might have seen me fight White Spy in this game, but we just kind of don't. Or he either dies very quickly, or we do skips that completely avoid him. And in this case, we don't even fight him here, because if you fight him and kill him, you get put into a cutscene, and then it spawns you quite far away from where you want to go. So we just completely avoid him. He doesn't kill us. He can't do enough damage. Space Slide, which is the bane of your existence in Modern. Very easy in story because you catch the exact same cycle. And now we're doing strafe walking off the edge here, and for some reason, it's like no gravity. You don't get full damage, and you don't get full animations if you hold strafe. Coming to the final boss fight, time ends when the screen goes to black after the second phase. This is just the first phase. We are just destroying the Doomsday device by switching it off, basically. 3 levers here. Just using Coyote time to skip the corners. And now we're going to blast his face with bazooka bullets, and then throw bombs at him once the robots are dead. Oh, there we go. And time. Ugh.
GG, good time.
What was the time? I felt like I really saw
27:02.
Like, considering I've had like 2 hours of sleep, that's actually a very, very solid run. Yeah, I had like no big mistakes. That was really good.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Okay.
Great job. So, where can people find you, and what kind of shout-outs you want to do?
If you want to speedrun this game, or you just want to check it out, we've got a great community. You can find the Discord through the speedrun.com page. I am Craigelbagel001 on Twitch. I stream every so often. Yeah, shout-outs to Toxic Pinhead, Xando Toaster, and Spyron, and Sappy, Total Air, the last 3 have all joined the community very recently, and have helped grow it quite significantly. I really appreciate that. That's it from me. Thanks again for having me, and all the best, and go donate.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for having us, and everybody hold on tight. We are getting ready to roll into our next run, but stick with us as we get that all